Manuel said that life is naturally easier for women than men, and people have been talking about that one online. Let me get. What should I? Yeah.
Ladies first.
Okay, do you want to start first?
No, start.
Yeah, no, I'm saying you are the man. You said that life is naturally easier for the women than men. So as a man, do you think that there's a particular thing that will come up and say, oh, naturally you feel like life is just very easy for women than for men?
I think from good afternoon, listeners, also viewers. I think from I think I understand what Bob Manuel is trying to say. The famous Nollywood actor. The way God created us, God never placed one particular sex to be more advantageous than the other. No, but I think it is the way our mind in this part of the society, in this part of the world, it is the way our mind has been conditioned, and what the society has made us to believe and accept. Because take for instance, let me back up what I'm trying to say. Take for instance, that if I'm in the mind of Bob Manuel, this is the way he views it. Yes, you're a Nigerian lady. Yeah, okay. You're a baby girl. You grew up giving birth to. You grew up. You went to primary school. After primary school, secondary school, and then after secondary school, then if you are opportune, to come from maybe not really a wealthy family. Okay, yeah. At least you've been given the standard level of education, and so you don't need to hustle to get married. It is the man that will hustle, that will make sure that everything is provided during on your wedding day. Yeah, your bride price, your dowry. Because I'm a perfect example of what I think Bob Manuel, how he's trying to say. When I did my own wedding, apart from the bride price, okay, the things that you are supposed to bring for the lady, there's also the dowry
that you pay.
That I'll pay, which was never explained to me. So it was few days to the wedding that the person, by prospective in-law there, was telling me that apart from this bride price, there's a dowry, and that dowry has a fee. So I think the man will have to work very hard to make sure that he fulfills all the marital rights that he or she all the marital right that is supposed to fulfill. So, and also in this part of the world, in this society, it is the man is being looked upon, to provide the basic necessity for the family. So I think in some aspect, Bob Manuel might be right to say that let me see that question again.
Life is easier.
Easier.
That life is naturally easier for women, isn't it? So I think he's right in some senses, but the way God created us, God never created life to be more easier than the other sex. But that is how the society has made us to believe, and we are being conditioned to live that way. Okay, so there is nothing wrong in what Bob Manuel has said, but that is how the society, has conditioned us to live, and that is what is going on.
So
that is what is going on. Because I'm sorry, because it is the man. Because if the man does not provide for the family, there will be complaint.
There will be problem.
There will be problem. There will not be peace at home. So let me just leave it there.
Okay, so before I go to Buku, you said society, culture. So you talk about so is it like a Nigerian thing, or you think like all over the world, like generally, or you think like maybe Nigerian men specifically?
In African setting, because African culture, in the African culture, because we're in Africa, in African culture, more necessities are laid upon the men.
I don't really think life is easier for either gender, like the men and the women, because let's look at it from this angle. We know the world, the society pressurizes men, like for financial stuff and all of that responsibility.
Yeah.
They have to make up. They have to make it up to their responsibility. They have to meet up to their responsibility, especially family men. Even though you're not family men, you are just bringing up your life. You have to gather up. When it comes to finance, you have to meet up to your expectation. So talking about women, if we're looking like life is more easier on women than men, should we look at the pregnancy part, childbirth, everything? Women go through some emotional stuff that men don't go through. The pain they go through is like life and death. So that alone is not easy on them. So looking at it, if for instance we have a single mother, she has to provide for herself, provide for her child, provide for everything. She's already doing the responsibility of a man. Do you get it? A man will go out to get, actually most responsibility of a man is just to provide for the family, and the providing of the family is going back to finances. That is the main thing. So any other thing I don't think men are doing it. Finances, that is just it. And few men hide their emotions, know how to handle emotions when it comes to problem in the family, because some women still handle emotions than men. So actually the reason why we call men the head of the family is because of the money.
Breadwinner.
That is it. So now I want to bring instance of the same pressure women face when it comes to childbirth, pregnancy, and all of that. It is now coming together. It is not tallying. So there is no comparison. There's no comparison anyway. Both of them, both women and men, they both face the hard time. So it is not easy for both gender. So I don't really think that is right.
Let me say something to what she said. She made mention of pregnancy and single motherhood. Yes. But pregnancy, you guys don't get pregnant every day now.
Well, before pregnancy, there's a menstrual period too.
But these are natural things.
The natural thing. You made use of the word naturally.
Yes, but
thing.
pregnancy is not a daily thing that women will have to face on a daily basis. You guys can decide not to get pregnant.
But you know menstrual period.
But you know, but you consider that as a challenge.
It's a challenge because facing it for 9 months is like an entire life.
The physical anatomy of the woman, you guys, you are designed to go through that process. So that shouldn't be.
That is why you guys are designed to go through that process of providing for us.
That shouldn't be a challenge for you, because your body, because the God that created you, He knows that you guys will go through such things. So everything that is needed for you guys, for that pain to be eased, God has already given you guys.
Okay, this now I get. So we are created to be a slave. We are created to suffer.
Don't get me wrong.
I'm getting you wrong already.
Wait, don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is that it's just like you don't force a lion when a matured lion, grows up to the age of maturity that he's supposed to roar. You don't teach a lion how to roar. A lion just roar is a subconscious thing. So also, ladies, you shouldn't be complaining because you shouldn't be complaining of your menstrual.
Sorry.
No, I don't know if.
Let me say something. There are people that on their period monthly, they end up in the hospital.
That is it. See, if you've not felt the pain before, you shouldn't say things like that. Because you've not been in that situation.
Even some people go through a lot.
Please don't get me wrong. What I'm saying is that your body was designed for that thing.
How was designed for that does not mean you don't acknowledge the strength.
I'm not saying that. You
don't get what I'm trying to say.
What I'm saying that I think what Bob Manuel is trying to say is that the everyday issues of life.
Let me say something.
Yeah.
There are people that are females, that the firstborn. You hear about first daughters, what they go through in the hand of the firstborn daughters. They shoulder the responsibility. So I don't feel like it's a man thing. There are females in their own family that they go through this same thing that men go through.
Okay, what I want to ask now is, what is the responsibility now? What is the responsibility men go through on a daily basis? That's what I want to ask. Okay.
Number one, a responsible man should be able. One of the challenges is that men go through in this society. I keep using the word in this society.
Okay.
In this society, yeah, the man has to provide for the family. That's one. Then upbringing, parental upbringing. If the man is not at home at all time,
I'm
coming. If the man, when the child is growing up and the physical presence of the man is not there, the way that child is being brought up by a single parent mother will be totally different from the way I'm coming. I know what I'm saying. I'm coming. The way a child is brought up by a single parent mother will be totally different from the way a child is brought up by both the mother and the father.
I caught you wrong.
No.
Wrong.
No.
Like
it
wrong.
can never be the same.
Why should it be in a situation? Why should it be like in a situation whereby?
Because I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm saying I'm coming. I watched a video on X. I came across a video on X. I downloaded that video, but just to space on my phone. I came across that video on X, and the way, because if a child does something wrong, it is you women that will be begging the men not to discipline that child.
Really?
Yes.
I don't have this experience of.
In most African homes, if the father wants to discipline the boy,
really?
Yes, it is the mother that will come and be begging the husband, please.
I want you to say something because my own mother. No, because I don't want you to judge by an individual.
No, I'm not judging, but that is what is applicable. In fact, in most homes,
not most homes, because so most of the families I used to see, it is mother that used to take this responsibility of disciplining children.
No, I still stand by what I said, that the way a child is brought up by a single parent mother will be totally different from the way.
That's why life is hard for men now.
So the responsibility of children upbringing is also part of the challenges. Is also part of the responsibility that men has to face. Another thing again is maintaining stability in the home. Okay, maintaining stability. That is why they say that two heads cannot. There's a word I'm
two heads are better than one.
Yeah, two heads are better than one. Two heads are better than one. You can never dispute that statement. Okay, you can never dispute that statement. A home that is brought up by a single parent mother will be totally different from a home.
It should not be like it's a general thing, no.
Okay, but those are the challenges that women face on a daily basis in life.
Okay.
Yeah. So me, I will say that I feel like both genders are, they are, life is not easy for anybody.
Yeah.
So I don't used to like when people are saying, "Oh, you're a girl." Like it should not be that way, because if you start weighing everything, it's responsibility. I've said it before. There are firstborn daughters that go through all of that. So both genders still want to. They want more for themselves. There are some guys that are very indifferent about making a name for themselves. Same way, there are some girls that I want to just be taken care of. There are some girls that they are very ambitious. They want to be independent. They are striving to be somebody in life, and there's some men like that too. So I was saying, because of that, if you want to even start weighing everything, when it comes to what women go through naturally, the natural thing, fine.
You don't
but
have
then,
to.
I will go through it because you said naturally is what we are going through, and I said naturally.
I said that your body, you guys were built for that.
But mine said naturally. So let's talk about natural things now.
I think
let's talk about natural things now. Women have hormonal imbalance most of the times. It affects
your body are designed for these things. You
know how many people this kind of things affects us emotionally, even psychologically.
Every area of your life. The people that want to even give birth, they go through IVF, and do you know the pain going through IVF means? All those things, women body go through a lot. So when you make the movie of the word naturally, I feel like it's just a very, very biased stereotype. I don't really like it, because you're making us feel like,
sometimes childbirth make all these women lost some things. Someone actually told me she lost her sight.
Someone
during childbirth. Not aside. During childbirth. A lot of things happen during childbirth. So we didn't say because okay, you got married to a woman completely, and during childbirth she lost her sight, and you just feel like okay, I won't get married to you. I cannot marry one eyes woman. Do you know a lot of things women go through that it is even beyond the money you guys go out to provide.
Honestly, and women also try to get money too. I want men to stop the old talk about you're a girl now, life you are supposed this is for you. It's not a good thing. I don't like those kind of statements because I'm making someone to feel like because of your girl, so I can't be selling my body because that is what it means. Like you're a girl, you have sure get. So what do you mean by I'm a girl? I should go and start. So those kind of statements should not be stereotyped. Nothing like life is generally hard for everyone. Everybody is trying to make it.
Exactly.
Now this scenario, because it is better for us to get the full context of that statement that he made. Now let me read that story. Veteran Nollywood actor Bob Manuel Udoku has stirred conversation after claiming that life is naturally easier for women than for men. Speaking during an interview on Udaka FM, the actor argued that men and women do not experience life the same way. Okay, do not experience life the same way, insisting that society. I didn't even go through the entirety of the story. That's why I keep on using the word society. Insisting that society places different expectations on both genders. He said, I can tell you life is easier for women than for men. Naturally, a man and a woman are not the same. Now, another quote, a man of 40 will marry a girl of 25 or 21 and there is no issue. You can hardly reverse it, even though people are trying to do that now. Now, another quote, it pained me with John Okafor when he was sick and all the issues surrounding raising money. He said that man has been running bills. Now, another quote, I don't need to, for me to now begin to go and probe or try to find out everything about your life. No, that's gossip. Okay, that's just.
Do you know that statement he made about her as a man? You can be 40 years and get married to 21 years old. He has even negated what he's trying to say, because you're saying now that when a woman is 40 years, you start hearing what's it telling you? You're already old. You have expired. You're getting 40 and unmarried, and they'll start tagging her and calling her names. But you don't get that when a man is 40 and unmarried. So no. What do you think?
Exactly.
So you're actually saying that women go through a lot.
I'm talking about body shape, body sizes.
No, you guys are going too far.
There's a confirmation we get.
I'm talking about what you said now.
It's not of challenges. It's not of challenges.
The man is 40 years and married to 21 years old.
Manuel is trying to raise the issue of societal responsibility, not the natural or
so why did you make reference to marriage? 40 years man getting married to 21 years and
because that is what it implies into. That is what.
So I'm saying that is basically what you say.
But when you guys bring hormonal imbalance, these are medical things.
Okay, I want to go back to what Kenneth said.
And I also appreciate the fact that women go through a lot in childbearing, because I was having a conversation with my wife yesterday. I told her quite frankly, that pregnancy is one of the things I don't like. You know, because you if you really want to have pity on women, go through be there when they are giving birth. You will know that women they go through a lot, and I give them thumbs up for that, which I'm not disputing that. Okay, when it comes to that medical aspect of life not being easier for women, I give it to the women. Don't get me wrong. Continue. Okay,
talking about the family aspect you were talking about.
Yeah.
You said most times men are the one that discipline child the most.
Yeah.
I got you wrong. Because most times you guys will go out to go and provide food for us.
Okay.
We are the ones that stay at home. Women. They're the ones that see everything. When you guys come, they report this person did it, like you just come and scold. Don't do like. You guys don't know a lot of things women go through at home. Talking about the responsibilities women do at home, before you feed the child, before you provide, before you make sure you come and eat when you go there. It is not even about money. This responsibility is beyond money. So when we are talking about challenges, go deep. Women face challenges too. So when we are comparing that, men face challenges as women, when you go back to, we will now when we do the scale, we know that women are facing more challenges than men because they're just going out to provide food. Looking at it, women are also going out to provide food too. They are working.
Remember the word I said?
Okay.
I said a child that is single-handedly brought up by a female, by a woman.
My own part.
That was what I said.
I feel mother, father, it takes the grace of God for a child to grow up and not be wayward. So I won't say it's from a single father.
Yes,
I'm not supporting that one at all.
But out of 100, you can't say 50%.
No, I'm not going to. No,
so the proportion is lower.
I don't know if it's
no, the proportion is lower.
I don't know if it's lower. We just take the grace of God for a child.
Of course, we can't dispute,
because there are single mothers that have trained up good children.
Exactly.
Good children.
This topic on its own, we should actually have some single mothers, and what is it? Because we will have story to tell. Like yes, and their children, our children are really okay.
It's both ways.
I think there's a movie. I don't know if you guys have come across that movie, America's Violet. I think this particular individual this particular lady was brought up, by a single parent mother, and I didn't even watch it completely, but based on I think the first 15, 20, 30 minutes of the movie, I really understood. I tend to believe that women too have the capacity to bring up children the way according to a normal standard. But I still stand up by what I said, that I'm not saying that women don't have the capacity. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that women don't have the capacity single-handedly to bring up a child. But what I said earlier is that the way a child is being brought up by a single mother will be different from the way a child is brought up by both the mother and the father. I'm not saying that if a woman brings up a child single-handedly, that child will not be up to standard. What I'm saying is that it will be different.
Okay.
That's why I'm not disputing. I'm not saying that if a single mother brings up a child, that child will not amount to no. What I'm saying is that there will be dissimilarities. You can trace it. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying that it's bad. That's what I'm trying to say.
So in totality, for me, I would the statement of "you're a girl, life is supposed to be hard." Please let us stop that statement. Both men, both women.
That debate can never be wrong.
But I feel like life is generally hard for everybody. No one should say, "I'm a man." Do you know what I'm going through? Women to go through their own. So let us all agree that human beings generally, human beings are going through a lot, and that is but. People will not hear. They will still say no. What are people saying? It's not
change the world. Women are not ready to be a bench man in the house for men.
Just to carry pregnancy. Clearly, posted a particular YouTube videos of Ease on YouTube now. So that particular video, it was like a clash. His wife was pregnant and he is a working man. Okay. So they had like disagreement one time. They're like, "Oh, you're always going to work. Do you know I'm pregnant?" He was like, "It's not just belly you have." So
that's just
the thing happened. I don't know how it's arguable, like they switched, like roles now. So tables now turned. He was now pregnant and she was doing his own job.
Yeah.
So she was like, this job is hard. He said was like, this pregnancy thing is hard. So both genders are going through a lot in their own way. Do you understand? So I agree that don't say men are this same, please, but they're not yet. So that one is for that one. They have agreed that everybody's going through a lot. Abi?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, okay.
You not say men are.
No, I'm not. It's based on what is on ground.
No, generally.
Based on what, of course,
everybody is going through.
Women and men, they have their own unique challenges and responsibility to.
Because if you talk about firstborn daughters, they're like the men of the house. Because
of course,
they're the firstborn.
The firstborn will always show that responsibility.
So for girls who are going through gender, right?
Irrespective of gender.
So for you to know that women too, and there are some women that want to be independent. They don't want to be sit-at-home wife, and they're also trying to be